Hello, hello! My name is Callista and welcome back to Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. In the last episode, the students realised that Monokuma doesn't know what happened here either. He is just as much in the dark as the students are, which kind of leaves us with a bit of a quandary. If we vote for the wrong person, how will Monokuma know? If we vote for the right person, how will Monokuma know? This whole trial is being called into question. How valid is it? If Monokuma can't determine whether or not we've given the right or wrong answers. Now, we've also just learned Kokichi, he wasn't the mastermind. He was lying. Oh my god, the ultimate liar was lying. Whoever would have guessed that? And Monokuma is bringing up the fact, hey, maybe there isn't a mastermind to all of this. I personally hope there is. I think the role of the mastermind is interesting, but they might have gotten rid of that role. You never know. What do you mean?
Why, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
But I want to know.
But I wanna know!
Himiko, get out of my head! This is... No, girl, no! The real mastermind is not Kokichi. Who could it be? I was thinking it was Junko and Ashima, but that can't be it. She's dead. We've never come into contact with her. If so, who's done this? Who planned this killing game? I think it was the game devs. I think it was the game devs and us, technically. Don't you feel bad, player at home? You've caused the deaths of all of these students. Don't you feel guilty? Don't you feel awful for having played this game? For having demanded another killing game? I think that's where this is all going.
Anyway, this conversation has flown off the rails. Let's get things back on track. This class trial is to figure out who the culprit is, not the mastermind. So, yeah, get to talking.
I agree. Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent is, let's figure out the culprit!
But Monokuma doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma. But you gotta run the class trial too, so no mistakes, okay?
Are you trying to get me to do something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore. You're gonna participate in the class trial from here on out.
Oh, shit! Okay. Huh?
So, let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too. This will be the final class trial. Me versus Monokuma!
You versus Monokuma?
When I play a game, I intend to win.
Oh, that's a good line. That's a good line. Kokichi, in his own fucked up way, ended the killing game. And then it carried on. If Monokuma can't correctly adjudicate this, he's always going on, oh, the rules, it has to be fair, it has to be fair. If Monokuma can't adequately adjudicate, then it's not fair. It may not go with the rules. This is... He's doing what he did before. In his own fucked up way, he's ending the killing game. Because if Monokuma can't obey his own rules, I'm not entirely sure what happens. He might just choose to, like, blow up the school. Everyone dies, but... Not to be... I don't think he'd do that. I take that back. I don't think Monokuma would do that. I don't know what he would do, but... I think if Monokuma couldn't follow his own rules, then the killing game wouldn't be fair. What's the point in playing it?
But what's considered winning in this game? Beating the other players? No. Beating the game's mastermind is the true victory. And that's how I'll win! That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma! If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner!
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
No. No, there is logic there. There is. It's warped logic, but it's logic. We're all pawns in his little chess match. He is ending the game. He is ending the game in a fucked up way. He's doing exactly what he did before.
But since the outside world is in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have. At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
You really are a remnant of despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
He doesn't know what that means.
Remnant of despair?
He does not know what this means.
Whatevs. Let's just get this started. If the students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner.
Don't underestimate me, or Shuichi and the others, for that matter.
Oh, God. If we carry this on, we are effectively working for Monokuma. If we carry this on until its bitter end and we can actually identify who the culprit is and who the victim is, we are continuing the killing game. We are doing Monokuma's job for him. Oh, God. What?
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game. But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy. If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, you better think again.
And Monokuma is establishing this as like, oh, they're fighting you, they're fighting you. No, we're doing Monokuma's job. He's focusing their attentions on like, oh, the remnants of despair, and oh, they're the last of Hope's Peak Academy. If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, like, oh, Hope. He's building them up. He's focusing their attention so that they won't stop and think, hang on a minute, what does happen if Monokuma can't obey his rules? What does happen if that's the case?
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious? Monokuma joins your party.
Who invited you?
He had his own little screen. Hello!
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind this case.
But we shouldn't. We should ask the question, what happens if Monokuma can't obey his own rules?
Well, we were going to do it anyway.
Let's just ignore Monokuma. His actions are always beyond comprehension.
That's interesting. Again, Samugi saying, oh, well, we were going to join forces with Monokuma anyway. Kibo saying, let's just ignore him. But there's Samugi saying, oh, well, we were going to join up with him anyway, so what does it matter?
Yeah, let's just focus on the case.
Hey, be quiet so we can ignore you.
Himiko, again, let's ignore him. Let's ignore him.
Now, where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
In my experience, whenever you learn a new fact...
Okay, maybe she was actually saying we were gonna examine the case further. Maybe she was actually saying, okay, I may have judged her a bit too harshly there. My apologies, Samugi. I took what you were saying in the wrong way, but still, she's still sus. She is still incredibly sus, in my opinion.
You learn something else along with it.
Yes, let's look for that.
You warmed up to him real fast. I guess you are both robots.
Himiko! Again, leave my boy alone. So another truth comes out. That piece of evidence makes more sense now. The evidence that I couldn't wrap my head around. Okay, I think, because he had a hard time, yeah, he had a hard time accepting the murder video. I assume that's what he means.
This is it! Let's discuss the video of Kaito being crushed by the hydraulic press. Kokichi said that he filmed that video to prove he was not the victim. But we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video? It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
Maybe he crushed Kaito with the hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
But if that were the only objective, there would be no need to film it. Discovering the crushed body would have been enough. No need to show us the film.
That's true.
I guess you're starting to fit in after all. If you get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
Huh? Really?
There must be a reason you went out of your way to show us the body being crushed.
No reason, really. That's just my twisted personality.
No. You're very precise. Kokichi is very precise. He does stuff for a reason. It might not be immediately clear, and it might just be because, like, oh, I thought it was funny. For the shits and giggles. But he always has a reason. You're lying again, Kokichi. There's a method to your madness. If you wanted Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing us the video... It must have something to do with trying to fool Monokuma. Taking the video of the murder, but keeping the victim's identity hidden. What does it show? What doesn't it show? Okay. Okay, one second. Was it? Okay, it was. What can't be identified even after watching the dead body that I want to see. I just want to double check. I notice we're getting these. Victim. I think... Now I need a C. I think this one was a T. Just need an I and an M. I. And M. M. Any M's, please, right down at the bottom.
I see now. The victim.
Huh?
Is it even possible? No, that's a question for later. For now, we know that...
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died. Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim. That might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
Does that mean the victims were switched?
Switched? Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press?
Again. We had no way of knowing who was dead, Kaito or Kokichi. We haven't seen either of them. There is still a pretty good chance that Kokichi is dead.
What? Where would he even get another body?
His own.
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former victim.
If there was an unknown body, then we could guess the victim was switched. But too bad! Switching the victims was impossible.
How impossible?
The footage showed the body being crushed. When in the footage would they have been able to switch the victim?
Again, there's a weird jutter.
And we already established that the footage was not doctored in any way.
You said it could be paused, though.
The camera doesn't have any editing functions. Just play, record, and pause.
Pause. It's that final one. That's the important one.
Monokuma also said that no computer was used to edit the footage. Remember?
Could be paused, though. That wouldn't be edited.
Damn it! Me and my big mouth!
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible. Also, if the victim was switched, then that would mean Kaito is still alive.
Again, we have no definitive proof that he is dead and that Kokichi is alive. It could go either way.
We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is impossible.
It might be possible.
Huh?
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just haven't noticed it yet.
Oh, and what trick is that? See, you don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong. There is a way it could be done. So we can't just give up here.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well. So, can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places? If Kaito is alive or not?
Maki.
Even though I can feel that the trial is wrapping up. I can feel that, but it's been so tricksy. I'm second guessing everything. I'm not trusting anything. Like, until I see it in the little comic book bit at the end, until I see that, I'm not trusting anything.
I don't like the thought that I killed Kaito. I don't want that.
Okay then, let's talk about the possibility that Maki-roll mentioned.
Himiko, if you call her that again...
Yes, please.
Oh, okay.
I get she's been conditioned. She's been conditioned by Kaito's negging. Like, it was only a matter of time before she accepted everyone calling her that.
Let's all talk it over together.
Together. And don't forget, you're not alone. Don't try to do everything yourself. It's only gonna wear you out. When times are hard, you gotta rely on your friends.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's no trick.
That's probably another lie.
Probably.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was altered. How could it have been altered when we know that the footage wasn't edited?
Because there's a pause button. He said so twice. He's called out the pause function twice.
If we could figure that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places.
I knew there was a trick to that video the whole time.
Now that's definitely a lie.
Kokichi made it, so it's 100% suspicious.
A trick to that video. What could it be? What's suspicious about it? Okay.
There must be some trick
Okay,
to
what do
that
we have?
video.
That's what you all gotta figure out!
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
There's a
The placement
pause.
of that camera seems suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Yes.
Could it be that the video was shot at another location?
Any other bright ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
I feel like someone said something that gives us a clue. If we put our heads together, we can find the smallest... there's a pause. There's a pause. We won't fall into despair.
There must be some trick
Yeah.
to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out!
I think... 1 second. I
No
just...
trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious
That
to
doesn't
any
make
of
any
you?
sense.
The
That
filming
doesn't...
angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
Maybe.
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Kibo. I'm agreeing with Kibo. It's just figuring out
Any
which
other
truth
bright
bullet.
ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
I think maybe I'm making this more complicated. Maybe I'm making this more complicated.
There must be some trick to that video.
I'm gonna try the murder
You all
video.
gotta figure out!
There is no
I'm
trick.
gonna try that, I think.
You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in
No,
that video.
Kibo's got it. There's a
Was it
weird,
really
there's a
Kaito?
weird jutter.
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
No, come back. God damn it. Take 2.
That video
Okay,
to me.
okay, I'm ready.
When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Ooh, maybe not. You think so too, right, Shuichi? The hydraulic press wouldn't stop when I lay underneath it, but it did stop for Kaido. This is obviously robophobia. I'll never forgive that bigoted hydraulic press. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I made a mistake. I need to think it over again. I think here's the thing. There's the weird jutter. There's the weird jutter and there's a pause. There's a pause function on the camera.
There must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out!
There is no trick.
1 second. Yeah, the safety function is the infrared. I don't think it's that.
You can check, but there's
It's
no
not gonna be
editing
the
function
coat.
in that camera.
No.
Did the
No.
placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming
I-
angle seemed unnatural, don't you
I
think?
think maybe we're agreeing.
Person in that
Maybe
video.
we're agreeing. Yeah, the hydraulic press is weird.
it really
That would make
Kaito?
sense.
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
I agree.
There we go.
Kibo is onto something. Isn't it weird that the hydraulic press stopped for a second?
I'm actually kind of glad that I got that one. The big-headed hydraulic press. That was beautiful.
Because when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
Yes, that's right. The hydraulic press kept lowering itself without stopping.
There was no jutter. There was no jutter at all, so something happened there. Something weird happened.
but in the video,
The hydraulic press stopped briefly, right before it crushed the body?
But why would it stop?
Why did the press stop? There's only one reason I can think of. Again, I'm finding myself with so many things running through my brain. This is clearly Kokichi's plan. This is so obviously Kokichi's plan. Kaito would not have come up with this. He wouldn't have. But just because it's Kokichi's plan doesn't mean it's Kokichi carrying it out. The game is outright saying, can we be certain who the victim is? We were saying it was Kaito, now we're saying, can you be sure? The game is presenting evidence that's like, you're gonna get a big reveal, there's gonna be a big surprise coming. I think my gut instinct was right. I think my gut instinct was right. I think Kokichi is dead and Kaito is still alive. I should have trusted my gut. I should have trusted my gut. I think if this is going the way I think it's going, and if that's the case, it stopped because it detected a living person. It was a safety feature. Why did the press stop? There's only one reason I can think of. Oh, okay. Okay, this one. Back. Okay, so this is the control panel. Let me just see what the other options are. Excuse me, there we go. God, it's all a bunch of singles. Excuse me, please move, there we go. Okay, that's the control panel outside. This is... Okay, that's an exisal, I'm pretty sure. I think it was the safety function. I think the safety function kicked in, which I think that'd be the panel? Oh, excuse me. How about now?
I see it. The only way to stop the hydraulic press is the force stop button.
Oh! Again, I'm getting confused. The electro bomb had already gone off. The electro bomb had already gone off. Okay, so many things have been revealed in the trial. And it's a lot to take in. Oh my, okay. Yeah, the force stop button.
An electro bomb went off in the hangar, which would have interfered with the safety function. There'd be no way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident. I don't really remember. So what of it? The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can you?
I mean, you can if you pause the camera, which, as you have repeatedly mentioned, has a pause function.
That's true.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling. That would have clearly been caught on camera.
Unless it was paused. While the camera was rolling.
Oh, I see. It wasn't just the press that stopped.
And with that, I'm going to bring this episode to a close right here. In the next one, the students are getting close. We are getting close to putting everything together. This has been a fantastic trial. I have absolutely loved this. Oh, this... Amazing. Amazing. And hopefully that continues into the next episode. So until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below. And if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.